Hey, what's up, people? How everybody goes? I am Luke the Red, and I'm back with another reaction. And we have 21 Pilots. Yes, sir, 21 Pilots, but this is an interview. This just dropped. I saw it like a couple minutes ago, and I was like, oh, I have to watch this. And this is 21 Pilots, on how fans affected the trajectory of their story across albums. Interesting, so interesting, and I'm ready. Always good to listen to Tyler and Josh talking about life and stuff. And I'm curious because I think in KROQ they will present live. Hopefully we have some live footage, but now we have an interview. And after the album, I think they dropped something, but it's always interesting just listen to these guys. Let's go. All right, time to listen what Tyler and Josh has to say.
And here we are for KROQ. It's Klein of Klein Alley's show, but more importantly, we got Josh, we got Tyler, we got 21 Pilots in the house.
How's it going?
For a KROQ private show. And you can't tell this because of the room we're in right now, and I don't even know if you guys have looked out the window yet, but I noticed about 6 miles away from the venue, the line has begun.
Yeah.
The venue only holds 1,500 people, so there's clearly... It's the biggest line I've seen this early. You're not even going on stage for another 4 hours.
Wow.
Does that ever get old for you guys, or even like your crew is like, this is incredible?
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about them. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Like, what do you need?
So good.
Did you sleep?
Yeah.
Some of them have been here, I think, since yesterday. Some of them hoping to get in. This is the kind of effect you guys have on your fans. And I always thought I was a 21 Pilots fan dating back to 2012, 13, let's call it. And then I realized after giving away these tickets for this show, I'm nowhere near a 21 Pilots fan.
Yeah,
like
you're
I
not
should
even
be.
close.
Like I'm a green belt, and I talk to like double black belts and brown belts. It's kind of wild.
You got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I felt like I've never felt worse. And I was like, I've been to maybe 20 shows. I've bought merch. I've talked to you guys a handful of times.
Only 20? Come on.
I know. And
those are rookie numbers.
And there's people that know like the food allergies of Blurryface. I'm like, how do you know his food allergies? That's crazy. But it's kind of incredible. And when you started the process, because now you get to almost look back now that Breach is out and the story has kind of come to an end, did the story go exactly as planned? Were there changes along the way that now that you look back, you go, that was the right move?
That's a good question. I do think that we are very proud of how long the story's been around. And like, even when we start with Blurryface, I remember specifically when we were recording Stressed Out, the producer we were working with, Mike Elizondo, who we've become really close with, when I started singing "My Name's Blurryface" and I Care What You Think, I remember it was like that classic, like he's in the control room, he presses the talk button, he's like, what does that mean? And I was like, listen, it's going to be the name of the record. It's a character. He's kind of the antagonist of the whole thing. So, and to his credit, he was like, all right. And I think that the idea was like, well, it's never going to be like a hit because no one knows what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm sorry, what? State that again.
It's like, well, it's never going to be like a hit because no one knows what you're talking about.
Right.
But it was cool that we stuck with it, and even cooler that enough people cared to find out what we were talking about, what the story was about.
We're crazy, yeah.
But it would also kind of be like, we should say that our fans have also kind of affected the trajectory of the story in a sense as well. So as much as we had the idea of where we were heading and an idea of how it was going to end, the way we got there, we really kind of like pushed off of them as well as things kind of happened. So we give them credit too.
Has there ever been a discussion about...
That's cool how you being an artist, you have an idea for your music, your story, how stuff happen with fans, with people that just start to figure it out or put their thoughts on the internet, and you start to, or maybe you talk with them and it's like, okay, but this is cool. If they're thinking about this, we're going to do something like this. So that's how the mind of this genius works,
I know you guys have directed music videos and you've been in the theater before, but has there been a discussion about making a TV show out of the story?
Yeah, I mean, we've been offered a few times, but we just can't agree on who should play us.
Right, smart.
And so
Denzel Washington,
yes,
for sure,
Denzel,
for sure.
And
you're tough.
And then when Farley passed, it was just like,
that's it. What's the point?
What's the point of even doing this now?
I get it.
For the Clancy character. So
yeah.
No, I think it's always it's cool to think about. No real plans, but I think it just goes to show that when you put some time and energy into the backstory, it gives people more context for the music if they want to. We've always made sure that we didn't write records that required people to understand that narrative and that story in order to enjoy the music. But I know for me, I just love telling stories. I think it's a whole art form in itself.
Yeah, it is.
And
he's one of the best telling it, hands down.
yeah, it's another way to just express creativity.
Do you think it's more important to be looked at either by current standards or looking back in the future that you guys were great musicians, a great band, or good storytellers?
Good friends.
There you go.
It wasn't a choice.
We're actually not great musicians. That's
I don't think
you just got to learn a few chords and then
sure.
look where you could end up.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think if you have creativity, then that might get you further. If you're not a great musician,
there's a level of kind of blind confidence that you need to just like, here's a song. It was at one point nothing, and now it's something. And but at the same time, it's not just this individual confidence. You have to find a collaborator, someone that you trust. And in this case, we found each other, and the confidence came from, well, at least we think it's good, or at least we think it's cool.
Yeah.
So
that's important too, because being not only an artist, as a human being, we just doubt about a lot of things. And if you're a perfectionist, you might not drop whatever you have in your hands just because you have to, has to be perfect. No, I don't like it. I like it, but it's not good enough. And it's hard, for these dudes. And we know, because Tyler says that a lot of songs on the past albums were not there if it wasn't for Josh, So that show us not only how the importance of Josh, both of them, but how Tyler just trust, on his friend.
So you have to adopt that confidence to release in anything, but it's nice to have a collaborator that's kind of like with you, going, hey, if this doesn't work, we're going down together,
right?
Yeah.
Let's fail together.
Yeah,
It's funny because you have obviously some big stadium shows coming up while you're here in LA, but tonight it's a small venue, intimate KROQ private show, which we can't thank you for enough for doing this for the fans and obviously for KROQ. But this is a no phone show. They took my phone and shattered it when I arrived. Do you guys play differently? Like, do you feel there's a sense of freedom when you know that every single person is going to be completely focused on you? Or is this the opportunity for you to work out Type 5 stand-up set or something because there's no phones there?
Yeah, exactly. We're just working on our quick five.
Yeah.
This is kind of I think when the idea of a no phone thing came about, we always thought, we don't want to make people do, like, we were always, we don't want to make people do that. We think that they should, make their decision on how they want to enjoy their concert. As the idea has, I think we've in no way been pioneers of that. In fact, this might be like one of our first shows that we do this in. Wow. But it does, I think that you realize how a room changes when everyone is kind of really living in that moment. And, if Josh, maybe I'll, pants Josh mid-show and no one will ever know.
It will just live in people's memories.
That's great.
Yeah,
no one will believe them. They'll tell the stories.
Draw it from memory.
Right. You have to get one of those court sketch artists drawing what happens here at the show so people will actually believe it.
Yeah, there's a stenographer in the back of the room too. Write down
everything
we say.
You guys always think about it.
Yeah.
While in LA, before you head from the private show to the big shows, any downtime plans, restaurants you must hit while you're here?
Josh has got a place out here, and he was like, hey, do you want to hang out during the off day? And I was like, whoa, we haven't really had an off day near someone's house in a while, so I don't know, maybe we'll
hang out, maybe
swimming,
play
video
charades,
games,
I will say too, just going back to what you were saying earlier, this whole lead up to this show is like, and I was thinking about this the other day, it's like this tiny show, private, intimate. It's like still 1,500 people.
It's not tiny.
And I was thinking, like, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago that we were like playing for like 30 people. It kind of was at this point. It's been quite a while, but I think in our minds we still look at it like 1,500 people is a lot of people still. So it is kind of wild to think about this underplay, this like small show that's still like 20-year-old.
Look, you're in another level, and sometimes, like they say, like for us, it's not too long that we're playing for just a few persons there, just 12, you know. So it's good that they have this set mind. I just love them. I not only I love them because of the music, which I really just talks to my soul. The beat, the sound, the melodies, everything that happened on the albums that they drop. I think they're one of my favorite bands ever, and top there. They helped me a lot, you know. But not only because of that, just because of how they think, how they are, like, you know, in real life. And I put this because I don't know them, of course, but what they show and how we can tell that they are, you know, when you will kind of love a band and watch interviews and watch interactions with fans and stuff, you know how they are, kind of, you know what I mean. So I love them.
Tyler and Josh would be like, that'd be amazing to play at that venue.
The mindset
so
that
not
they
to
have.
not to take away from the amount of people that are here tonight, because it's still cool.
The amount of desperation that we heard from fans that said that with this, this was everything to them, and they needed this to be complete. I mean, I could show you thousands of messages we received, crazy stories, some probably made up, some tugged at the heartstrings. People that want to get the amount of people that want to get proposed tonight, astronomical. I think there may be 97 proposals happening during the show tonight, which no one will know because there's no phones to capture it. But so you guys have had an effect, and I've watched it happen. And the cool thing, as a guy that, you know, I like to believe I was in early on you, but I think that a lot of your fans feel that way, which is maybe why they feel like such ownership kind of the band. But it's really interesting to watch the passion that has only grown over the years.
Yeah.
You guys have done a great job of not selling out. Don't see any products available that you guys are endorsing, you know, Target or Bed Bath & Beyond.
That really is like such a... You would think that we're not in these situations very often where someone is talking to us about kind of like their perspective of our career like you are now. We actually kind of stick to ourselves, and it's really cool for you to hear that, because there has been a lot of deliberate conversation about like, okay, what do we, like when we say yes to things, or we collaborate, or we feature, or we, you know, do a, you know, an advertisement or whatever it may be, we're bringing our fans with us, and we're saying yes for them as well. And so we've always been hesitant to kind of force them into a collaboration with us. And I know it's a little cheesy that, you know, bands are always saying things like, you know, we're all family, and our fans are, you know, we even say every night, like, we're 21 Pilots and so are you. And, you know, I actually got that from Jack White, even though his was a little different.
He says he's 21 Pilots?
No.
That's crazy.
No, his is a little different. What do you say? He is, you've been great and I've been Jack White or something like that. So I'm like,
you've changed it enough.
I got to find something. Mine's not as cool as his, but anyway, it does feel like, you know, that sense of ownership is something that takes several years to protect.
Yeah. Well, thank you on behalf of every KROQ listener, everyone at the station, for doing this, for the many years of amazing songs, stories you've given us. And to be completely honest, as a guy that gets to talk to a lot of, you know, artists, I've always excited. There's a lot of great musicians, terrible interviews. They and you guys have always been fun, you're funny. Yeah. And we appreciate
let's
that.
Do some more stuff.
And now let's do that Type 5 on stage tonight. Let's
do it. Actually, I do have a note in my phone of like, if I were.
Come on, pull it out. Do one. What's the note?
Let me do one.
Do one of your notes.
What is
if you were going to do stand up, you have like a concept?
I literally have a note that says stand up.
You're about to knock 30 seconds off your Type 5.
Hold on. Yeah. Where is
don't blow the finale here. Oh, this is great. I got to hear this.
Oh man, I gotta work on the time. You know, it's all about the timing.
Of course, but what's the concept? This is good. Let's go.
My wife said to me one time, I I'd have to put it together, right? But she said, you know, I think we would have a better relationship if you didn't know English. So I don't know. I was
I get it.
gonna riff on that one. So
I get the
there's a little
concept.
piece, you know.
That's
some,
great.
Some wife jokes.
Hey, very relatable.
Classic.
People get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, 21 Pilots here at the Bellwether. It's a small, intimate, 1,500 person show with a line that is crossing the freeway right now to get in here. Thank you guys for everything.
Thanks
We
for
really
having us, man.
appreciate it.
For sure.
Wow, really fun all the time. Every single time that these dudes just are in an interview doing something, it's fun. You know, like this guy here says, Kevin, I think it was the name. The interviewer. It's always fun to interview this duo. You know, they're great. They have such a great sense of humor, and I adore them. I love them, and sadly they don't bring the tour, the bridge tour to South America, but that's okay. I know that we will see them live someday in the future with something new. I'm so stoked. I'm still listening to, of course, Bridge every single day. And I'm stoked for the next. What is going to happen after all this story ends? You know, just wow. But that's good. Well, guys, that was my reaction to this great interview. Great, refreshing, and it's a good vibe. You know, it was great one. I hope you like it, you enjoy it. Put a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already and you want to see more. And yeah, like I always said, have a really nice day or night, and hopefully I will see you guys to the next reaction. Bye bye.